54. And in a tight one down at the Colf, Oshkosh 75, Stout 73. On the men's side, these again, all finals now. Oshkosh 83, Stout 72. River Falls 76, Whitewater 59. And it was La Crosse 68 and Eau Claire 66. So we have the only show in town or in the league going on right now, John.
Boy, things are tight up on top, aren't they?
Yeah, sure are.
Oshkosh starting to show what I think people thought they could be.
Yep.
Starting to put a little streak together. They're the team, 6 seniors. I mean, and they're not bench guys. When we look at a team that has seniors, Oshkosh does, and they're all important parts of that team. So this time of season, you've got to like the team that has that experience. La Crosse, we know, has a lot of talent. The only team in our conference rated right now in the top 25 is UW-La Crosse, and they're sitting at number 23.
I think by the time it shakes out to the middle of February, you'll see Oshkosh, assuming they stay where they're at, meaning on a roll, and La Crosse being there, and possibly even Eau Claire. Now, that could all change if, something happens with certain teams. It's so unusual to not have a WIAC team in the top 10, let alone only one in the top 25, but that's the case this year.
And I don't know if that's a function of parity or if that's a function of maybe we are down a tad. And if you look at some of our non-conference losses, I think you could make a case that our conference maybe is down a little bit.
I think our conference, outside of Oshkosh, it's a fairly young conference, and in the years to come, next year, the year after, we might have some really powerful teams because there are so many young players. The problem, seems to me, is keeping guys playing.
Yeah.
If Stevens Point had all of the guys playing right now that they have recruited and came to school, to begin with, that would be a whole different basketball team than we have been watching, and I'm not complaining, but we had recruits here that were totally different than what we are watching right now. But guys are just, I don't know if it's AAU, if it's how hard they have to practice here, but they just are not staying in school.
Well, let's face it, we had 4 Division II transfers. 4 that had some nice credentials. Of those 4, there are none left. And that for a variety of reasons. In one case, it was simply that the young man didn't want to play anymore. We had a few other circumstances that just didn't work out. But, that excitement of having those 4 Division II transfers has just sort of melted away, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, it has melted away. I guess that's one way to put it. I wish our snow would melt away, but the snowmobilers and skiers don't agree with it.
Hey, I saw today, Scotty, that the average January temperature is a plus 13 from normal. So quit your complaining.
Yeah, you're right on that.
And now that my wife, had surgery on her broken wrist, we don't need any more snow. She's my snow shoveler.
Yeah, well, we can't have that. She can't one-hand it out there. She's probably working on it, though.
Oh, she would if I let her. I mean, Kelly, stop it.
Sure.
She's already bored.
Kelly, stop it. Here, I'm calling somebody to come and shovel my... Oh, that's not you, John?
No, of course it is. But she's had surgery one day and she's already totally bored.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Some people, they want to go.
Yeah.
And then there's some lazy people like me that...
She's got to learn to sit and have coffee and watch old westerns like her husband does.
Gunsmoke,
She doesn't have this retirement thing down yet, Scotty.
She'll learn. All right, Stevens Point and Platteville. First time out, as I mentioned, Pointers win it in overtime. Jake Buchanan had 27 in that ball game. We were not there. I'm guessing they are going to be all over Jake Buchanan, so somebody else, this is just my guess, is going to have to pick up the slack.
Well, and the recent approach to him from other teams' guys have been physical with him. They've gone after him with big, and then on our defensive end, they've kind of tried to power their way through him because he's not a big guy, right? He's listed, at 6 feet? I'm not sure he is. And so you do worry being smaller and being so involved and so important to your offense, does he wear down by this time of the season?
I'm wondering, do our team, have to do a better job of screening for him to get him open?
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I guess we will.
But you know what? Teams are chasing him really hard, and that's hard to do even if you're running screens for him.
Well, if you're a smart coaching staff, that's what you would do against this team, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Chase number 3.
Well,
you have a better chance.
Yep, chase us off the three-point line.
Area Sports, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Monk's Bar and Grill, celebrating 75 years of food and fun. Monk's Bar and Grill is a proud supporter of UW Stevens Point basketball, located at Crossroad Commons, Plover.
To the Quant Fieldhouse as we are getting set for the introductions of our starting lineups, and then we'll play a little college basketball, John.
Exciting time of year, Scotty.
Really is.
Yeah, NFL underway. I see.
Is the NFL still playing?
Yeah. I know the Vikings are not.
Yeah, nor are our Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but we got a better draft choice than them, and now we have the exact same record.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a tougher schedule too.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
there you go.
So all that hype for nothing for those guys who across that Mississippi River.
All right, starters here for the Platteville Pioneers. They will go with a group that includes 6'3" sophomore Carter Lancaster from Darlington, Wisconsin. 6'4" junior Logan Pearson from Kimberly. Boy, does every team in the league have a kid from Kimberly?
I thought so as well, and of course he's averaging almost 20 a game.
Yeah. Brady Olson, 6' sophomore out of Cuba City. And then you also have Brad Nees, is how he pronounces it, out of De Pere, a 6'7" senior. Stevens Point going to counter with 6'2" senior Zach Moots from Merrill, 6' junior Jake Buchanan from Kimberly. It will be A.J. McKinnon out of Muskego High School, a 6' junior. 6'5" sophomore Brennan Tim from West Bend West, and our 6'6" freshman Luke Warden from Green Bay Notre Dame High School.
Scotty, you got to wonder if the Lancasters are a never-ending pot of gold for Platteville from Darlington. There's been how many Lancasters over the years? Is this a second generation now?
It might be.
It might be. And then you got Olson from Cuba City. I mean, those are legendary programs down around Platteville, right?
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. In that earlier game, Pearson had 18 for the Pioneers. Ben Probst had 16, 14 for Brady Olson, and 11 for Carter Lancaster. Warden to jump center against Nees, and we'll start our basketball game here. Looks like everybody's all set. And the tip is controlled by the Pioneers. The taller Nice got the tip. Off on the right wing with it, Olsen. It'll go there to Lancaster, holds it against Brennan Tim. Gives off high to Pearson. They go left. Back out on top with it is Olsen. Swings it right. Pearson into the lane. A little runner. In and out. No. Tipped over. Zach Moots gets the rebound. Brennan Tim tipped it to him. Buchanan to the other end quickly. He'll be guarded out on the perimeter by Probst right now to A.J. Makinen. A.J. right corner. Buchanan attacks toward the lane. Fadeaway jumper partially blocked. Coming up short. Pearson grabs it. Thought he had enough clearance. Didn't.
Yeah, Probst on the block. He actually faded away and still got blocked.
Yep. Out on the wing, knees over to the left side. On the dribble out on top, Olsen. Back over, they'll get it down on the baseline here to Knees. Backing in against Luke Warden. He'll score it.
Yep, that's a senior against a freshman right there.
Yep.
And you see the experience wins.
Zach Moots into the lane, down the lane, a lot of contact. Looked like he had the shot available and decided to pass it out on the perimeter. A.J. Makinen out to Brennan Tim. Brennan down deep, tries to take it up, stripped away that time by Olsen. Just going to take the shot and had it stripped away. Olsen into the lane, down the lane, blocked away by Warden, picked up by Moots. Outlet will go to Buchanan. Into the front court over to the right side, leaves it off for Zach, sends it left. Makinen won't take it. He'll drive it to the hoop, left-hand layup, and he missed it. Oh, wow. Boy, tough one. He made a beautiful move and missed the layup.
Yep, that one you got to finish, and he just overlaid it.
Olsen to the other end, hands it off on the wing here to Lancaster. Out high and over to Probst on the left side, down deep. Lancaster against Tim, fadeaway jumper, 4-0.
Tough move, a little half hook, about 5 feet low left. Well, we need a score.
Pointers down 4. Zach Moots with it. 3 steps outside the arc, looks and goes to Buchanan on the wing, back to Zach. He'll lift the 3, that's not going to go, and the rebound pulled down by Pearson.
That ball kind of had side rotation on it, Scott. He never was off the hand right.
Pearson going coast to coast, leaves it off on the left wing, shot won't go, Makinen with a rebound. Still down by 4, Stevens Point. Out on the right side, it'll go to Brennan Tim. Ball stops right there. Brennan brings it back out, top of the circle. Into the hands of Buchanan. Makinen left side on the block, left side. It'll go to Moots. Against Probst into the lane. Short little turnaround. He missed it.
Boy, we've actually got some nice shots in the paint, Scotty, and just haven't hit one.
That is a fact. Olsen holds it out near the top of the circle. Right side to Lancaster. Tried to go down inside and tipped away by Moots. They were trying to get it to Pearson. Out of bounds it'll go.
Almost a fortunate play. I mean, Zach made a good play to get high enough because he was fronting the post. If that goes another 6 inches taller, Platteville has an easy 2.
Josiah Gilly coming in for Stevens Point. Platteville is going to bring in both Julian Samuels and Max Love.
Josiah, one of the bright spots against Oshkosh.
Love sends it over to Samuel into the right corner. The 3 on the way, and it's buried that time by Pearson, and now you're down 7-0.
He came across the baseline, and Moots was just trailing, didn't get there in time.
You have to be able to shoot it. Moots wide open, his 3, and it's good.
Well, we're on the board.
We're not going to get shut out tonight at least, right?
Yeah.
7-3 is the score. Front court, Olsen over to the right side. It'll go to Samuel. Up on top and quickly left, fumbled, but recovered by Pearson. Holds it there, gives it to Samuels. Over to the right wing now, into the hands of Knees. Off it'll go to Olsen, drives it to the paint. Kick out, down the lane is Love with the left-hand layup he's got.
Boy, we had a couple help defenders, and they both watched him go by. That was just poor team defense.
9-3 the score. Zach Moots on the wing. Ryan Genrick getting set to come in. Got it out on top to Makinen, over to Buchanan, looking at Josiah, coming off his biggest point production night at Oshkosh, backing his way into the post. Spin move, goes up, has it blocked. Josiah couldn't get it, and the rebound goes to Platteville again. They are getting everything. Down the lane, scooping layup, no, and a foul on Moots.
Yep.
Boy, this is not starting well.
No, Zach's having a hard time keeping up with Logan Pearson.
This is not starting well if you're a Pointer fan. 15-40. To go here, and Platteville out to a 6-point advantage and a chance to expand that. Logan Pearson to the free throw line.
Yep, the Pioneers started so far 4 of 7, 57%. Point has made just 1 shot out of 6.
And they've had some good looks.
Yeah, Pearson, a 78% free throw shooter, does everything well. As we mentioned before, leading scorer for Platteville, 19-6 a game. Nice player.
And he's got the second free throw. So you are now down by a score of 11-3. You can't get too far behind. I mean, there's a lot of time obviously left in the opening half, but you can't bury yourself again. A.J. Mackinnon off the right side down to the baseline, curls back out, finds Josiah Gilly. Off to A.J. to the free throw line. Back to the wing, it'll go to Buchanan. Jake to the free throw line with the dribble. Trying to work, spin move into the lane. Triple teamed, and they'll get a tie-up. It'll be Pointer basketball.
Yeah, he put his back to the basket and went right into the triple team. We talked about how they were going to guard Jake, and they're staying right in front of him with a bigger player, as I thought they might. And that time, they were just sort of waiting on him.
You can't force it, though. Jake's got to let it come to him. Because if he tries to do too much, it's not going to work. Buchanan pull up in the lane. He rattles one home. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, it was a tough shot. Moving hard to his left, shooting back to his right.
11-5 score. Olsen into the front court, sends it across the way into the hands of Probst. Left side, Samuels. Free throw line extended, looking at Probst down on the baseline. Instead, gives it out to Love. Olsen over to the right side. It'll go there. With a basketball on the wing is Miles Hedinger. Samuels with it, takes it against Genrich into the lane, tied up by Tim. Ball falls away. Mackinnon off to Buchanan. Jake into the front court, over to A.J., lifts a three, got it.
And a turnover turns to 3. Yep, nice job of getting some early offense before Platteville could get back to set up.
5 in a row for the Pointers now. Olsen going left. Nice job by Brennan Tim to actually strip that ball away. It'll go to Samuels, guarded by Genrich. Gets a step, drives at baseline, got underneath too far. Ball popped free, and then the Pointers can't grab a rebound.
Yeah.
And Samuels gets the putback.
And you can't grab them if you're watching. And we had guys that didn't go to that play.
Mackinnon, left side, will go to Genrich. Working baseline, picks up the dribble, sends it across the way. Brennan Tim fakes the handoff down to the right block. Gives it, or tried to give it back to Josiah Gilly. Batted away and out of bounds. Pointer basketball.
More substitutions coming. Platteville will go 11 deep. They have 11 players getting more than 10 minutes per game. Stevens Point will go 10 deep.
Not very often. Wazorek into the game here for Platteville. Pointers get it on the floor barely to Jake Buchanan. Only had 12 on the shot clock. Jake working with the dribble, getting in trouble, sends it over to A.J., and we turn the ball over.
Too much dribbling again, Scotty. Got to give the ball up.
Miles Coleman and Zach Moots back in. You're down by 5 again after having just gotten within 3, and now a chance for the Pioneers to, well, put a little more distance between. Samuels up on top to Wieczorek. Off the screen up on top by Hettinger. They'll get it back to Probst down low. Lancaster all alone lays it up over Zach Moot.
Zach was fronting, and that time we saw a similar play earlier that Zach got some fingers on. This time they got it above him.
I said Lancaster, it was Pearson. My bad on that one. A.J. Mackinnon, lead back to 7. A.J. down the lane. Ball popped away, got it to Moots in the corner. Zach down the lane, scooping layup, and he'll score it.
Yep. Got one inside himself, so
15-10. Wieczorek, handoff pass to Probst. Pearson on top.
Oh, we got an illegal
screening foul.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to call Josiah.
But the big bump came up on top with Miles Hettinger. The official was obviously looking at something that I wasn't.
Well, they call it on Josiah.
Yeah.
I don't know about the foul, to be all honest with you. That'll bring Luke Warden back in. Pointers down 5, 12:51 to go. Opening half. Wieczorek trying to inbound, tosses it into Samuels. Over to Probst. Into the right corner, tipped away by Miles Coleman, and it'll go back to the Pioneers. 15 on the shot clock.
Obviously, these coaches and these programs know each other so very well. Nothing has changed over the years. Same offense, same half-court defenses.
Yep.
Just who executes, who plays better, and at the end of the day, who has a little more talent.
Pearson, Wieczorek. 10 on the shot clock now. Lancaster to the free throw. Pearson. Now Lancaster with the jumper. Airmailed that one. Saved by Platteville. Kick out. No. Rebound on the baseline. Knees. Back out it'll go here to Lancaster. That one you can't really fault, but gol darn. You know, breaks. Nice steal by Ryan Genrich. Ryan read the pass. Got it inside off the Warden knee. Picked up by Miles Coleman. Back to Ryan, faked the 3 into the lane, and he traveled.
Yep, switch pivot feet. He certainly did. I thought he might do a catch and shoot early.
Yeah, me too.
He was open from the line, and we saw him hit a couple back-to-back threes similarly at Oshkosh on Wednesday.
15-10. Wieczorek into the front court. Left wing gives it back up on top. Probst. Lancaster lobs it, tipped away by Genrich, and out of bounds. It is going to go which direction here?
That should stay with Platteville, I do believe. Yeah. I thought Ryan
Coach
got
was
that
trying to convince the officials.
Tell you, Ryan Genrich, you know, he's a 6-foot sophomore in Mukwonago. He will battle you. He plays hard.
Pearson, the inbounder, yep. Wieczorek on the right wing, gets a screen that time from Lancaster over to the wing. Probst for 3, no. Rebound tipped. Who's going to end up with it? Off of Stevens' point and out of bounds.
Boy, that's been a challenge for us all year, hasn't it? Getting defensive rebounds. You play so hard on your possession, and then you don't finish it with a rebound.
Elijah Vandervelden will come in for the first time, replacing Luke Warden.
We've lost a couple games this year, Scotty, just because we couldn't secure rebounds.
Yep. Into the right corner. Wieczorek on top. Probst quickly left side. Lancaster. Back up and over to the right wing. It'll go there. Pearson left. Probst to the baseline. Pull-up jumper and a foul.
Yeah.
Well, Platteville has not committed a foul. Stevens Point 3 so far.
Yeah, Jake came out hard to close out. Got a bit of a ball fake and got beat to the baseline. We got a little blood, I think.
Looks like it. So Ryan Genrich will need...
He's on his right hand. Yeah. Somebody's got some fingernails off.
Nails probably, yeah. Would be my guess. That or rough skin. It's that dry time of the season.
Yeah, well, I'm
going
to go with fingernails.
Paper City Savings, proud supporter of our community with locations in Plover, Wisconsin Rapids, and Nakusa. You need some hydrogen peroxide? I've got a bottle sitting right here.
No,
set it down for
we
you.
ought to go back to the good old days, like when we were kids. Get the bottle of Mercurochrome out there.
Yeah, that orangish, reddish stuff.
And
you knew you were a tough guy when you were wearing the Makira chrome.
Quit your crying, I'll give you something to cry about.
There you
The famous word from all of our fathers in the 1960s.
Yeah, pretty much true. First free throw for Ben Probst is good. Lead expands to 6 again. Biggest lead was at 8 earlier.
Now they're hitting their free throws.
Yeah. All right, you're back down by 7, 17-10. Miles Coleman up the right wing. Takes the dribble to the line. Into the left corner, it'll go to Buchanan. Back over to Zach. He'll catch and shoot a triple. That's not going to go. And the rebound off to Pearson. Up front with Chorick. Over to the right wing, it'll go there. Lancaster, Probst, Pearson on the left side. Tried to post for a minute with Nice. Now they roll off a screen high. Probst down the left wing. Going to launch over Zach. Left it short. Rebound Buchanan. Pointers 3-on-2 break. On ahead to Moots. Down the lane. Scooping layup. He got it.
Well, when things are struggling in the half court, Scotty, if you can get out and get some easy points in transition, that's a help.
Left corner. Probst wide open. Count that one.
Boy, and then I don't know. You just didn't run back.
3.
Yeah, and you didn't run back and cover their break.
So the lead back to 8. 20-12 over to Buchanan, working off the screen by Genrich. He'll lift the shot. That's not going to go. Tip to the corner. Zach Moots will run it down. Good job by Vanderbilt. Out to Buchanan. Wants it again. No. Vanderbilt and another rebound and a foul. This time on Platteville, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Brad Neese, the senior, 6'7" out of De Pere.
He is a senior, by the way. They're going to get another media timeout. Looks like it.
No, coach is taking it right here. The Point's going to take a timeout.
Right. Point will take a timeout. 10:13 to go, just to 30. And we can stay here for this one. 20-12, Platteville. Well, it's a story of one main thing right now. One team can shoot, the other one can't, in this game anyway. And the difference is 8 points at the moment.
Yeah, Platteville 7 of 15 from the floor. Stevens Point 5 of 13. They've been getting shots more out of their offense, so in rhythm, where we've been trying more dribbling, trying to work hard for our shots, which have basically been pretty well guarded.
Something that has been, I'll call it a problem. I don't know that coaches would say. Platteville has 20 points, 6 different guys have scored. Stevens Point has 12, 3 different guys have scored. We almost always have somebody on the floor, if not multiple, that just don't look to score. Zach Moots will inbound it. He does to Buchanan on the baseline. Almost got trapped. Swing it all the way around to the right side to Moots. Zach crossover dribble to the free throw line. Picks up, goes to Buchanan. He'll back it out. Shot clock down to 8. Jake trying to create. Lobs it back to Zach down to the baseline. He'll lift the jump shot. That caught the rim on the backside and rebounded right there by Hedinger.
Yeah, and that allows the defense, Scotty, to lean on the guys that do score.
Yep. You got to find some scorers somewhere. Lancaster on the wing. Hedinger out on top. Guarded by Vanderbilten with Chorick.
Oh boy, we got a big battle go down the post. I think they're going to get that on Tim.
Yep.
Working against Carter Lancaster.
Out will go with Chorick, and back in comes Brady Olson out of Cuba City. Has that little school produced some basketball players?
Year after year after year, forever.
9:38 to go inbound. Hedinger right back. Brady Olson to the right elbow. Kick to the corner. And the 3 ball by Pearson is good.
You know, they set a baseline screen, and Zach's got to go around it, and that's twice they've scored on that very same play.
Now you're down 11. Long cross court to Ryan Genrich. Got into Samuels. Backdoor cut by Buchanan. Goes up. Can't hit the layup with some contact. No whistle. Out it'll come. Pearson front court. Takes the dribble high. Rolls it to the free throw line. Gives back on the wing to Lancaster. Pearson gets by his man and easy to the basket. And you are getting into danger territory of getting blown out again.
And we just struggle on the defensive end.
And you can't score on top of it.
If you can't guard your guy on ball, it's just a tough game.
Genrich with a nice turnaround jumper. 25-14, Stevens Point trails.
You gotta take care of your responsibility first.
It'll go left. Samuels with it. Hedinger with the screen. Samuels, top of the circle, poked away, got it back. Backdoor cut into the lane, down the lane. Pearson scooping layup, no.
What do we got?
And we're going to get Elijah over the back.
Yeah, I think so. There'll be 5 team fouls with 8:22 to go. Elijah standing there in a little bit of disagreement with the official, but this outer official from where he's standing, he saw Elijah reach over the back.
Here's the problem. He did, but he reached over Zach Moots to get the ball.
Yep.
There wasn't a Platteville defender there, so it was a
strange call.
Well, it was a bad call in that sense because he fouled, if anybody, Zach, his own teammate. Inbound it'll come. As they cleared out of there, that was the only possibility, but whatever. It'll go on the left wing. Probst out on top to Brady Olson to the free throw line, pulls up from 15 and knocks it down.
Nice individual move. He drove A.J. back hard and then stepped back at the free throw.
13-point lead, Platteville. A.J. Makinen takes the dribble, back underneath the Brennan Tim, into the lane, turnaround jumper, got the bounce.
Had to work awful hard for that one.
Shane Tarjan getting set to come in.
Platteville.
Olson, front court, off to Probst. Samuels, right wing. Holds it, tries to go past Genrick. Out on top, 3 ball. Love's shot won't go. Rebound fought for. Genrick comes out. He's got a head of steam down to the other end. That's goaltending.
Yep.
Ryan Genrick will get his second basket. It was picked off the glass by Max Love, but it was above the rim when he did it. So, 27-18, back within 9. And now Platteville.
No, I think media, Scott.
We'll see. Either way. Platteville 27, Stevens Point 18. Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education, helping to bring the game to you.
God, I don't have a stat in front of me, but for the last 3 games, I don't think we've been fouled 10 times total.
Yeah.
And Platteville sitting on just 1.
And part of that is because we always have the little guys going inside.
Yep.
And so they, almost a steal by Stevens Point. Samuels, right corner, Olson. Love and back out on top. Swing it left side, Samuels again. Fallen down almost, but maintained the dribble. On the wing, Love picks up, needs help, finds Samuels. Shot clock 7. Left wing, Olson attacks into the lane, takes one up, can't hit it. Rebound, Ryan Genrick. Well, Ryan's having a nice first half. Genrick into the lane, down at the other end. Stops up, tosses it to Josiah Gilly. Gilly got caught, got to get out of the lane. Over to the right side to Shane Tarjan. Shane with it out at the top of the circle. Heads right. Crossover dribble, takes it to the lane, kicks it out. Genrick. Tarjan, shot clock 6 now. Brennan Tim, 15 feet out. Spin move down low, baseline jumper, and he got
went
it.
on the shot clock, but there's a case of the bench is counting that shot clock down, so he knew exactly when he had to let it go.
27-20. Probst goes left to Samuels. Samuels cut off by Genrick on the baseline. Trying to still back Ryan in. Kicks it out on the wing. Hedinger might have gotten away with a little travel. Inside, no. Tipped away. out of bounds, and the Pointers lose it out of bounds.
You know, that's when we didn't have to try to save Scotty, because Hedinger was the one that hit it last. But I think when he first caught that as he started his move, he moved that pivot foot.
I agree with that. All right, inbounding will be Platteville again, and they get a fresh 27-20 score. Off the inbound, right in deep, it'll go, and Pearson missed the layup.
Wow.
Well, we get a break there.
Yeah, he clearly beat Ryan. Just missed it.
Into the lane, down the lane, had it tipped away, got it back, sends it to Tarjan. Right back into the left corner, A.J. Makinen trying to work with the dribble. Down to the left block, out to Josiah, 15-footer, and he's got it.
Nobody works harder on his game, at least in our program, Scotty, than Josiah.
Back within 5, 27-22. Love on the wing. Who's got him? Brennan Tim comes out on the side. Probst tipped away by Tarjan, but picked back up by Probst. Hedinger outside the arc on the left side. It'll go to Olsen. Little give and go. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stevens Point.
Yeah, went off of AJ's lower leg. Wasn't actually a kick. It just went bounded off his leg. Shot right out of bounds.
Rock and Roll Cafe opens 7 days a week from 7 a to 3 p for breakfast, lunch. At the corner of Stanley and Minnesota, Stevens Point. Inbound left corner. Platteville with the 5-point lead. Had it as big as 13. Love wants the 3. He'll launch it. No. Rebound pulled in by Brennan Tim.
Yeah, they had to shoot that one. The shot clock expired when the ball was in the air.
Makinen down to the right baseline. Cut off. Finds Josiah over to the left side. It'll go to Ryan Genrich.
What they got? Yeah.
And they're going to call that an offensive foul. He was falling down before Ryan got to him. So that is 16 fouls on Point, 1 on Platteville. 27-22, Olsen into the front court. Starts left side, gives it to Probst. Lancaster down the lane, kicks it, Pearson. Left side 3 won't go. Nice rebound by Genrich, and he lost it out of bounds.
Boy, we're there. We just can't secure the ball.
So it'll go back to the Pioneers again. 27-22.
A lot of second and even third chance opportunities, haven't they?
On the baseline, knees against Josiah. Tim comes over to tie him up. Yeah. Problem is the arrow goes to the Pioneers, but it's still a good defensive play by Brennan.
Yeah, he was trying to back Josiah down, had his back to everybody else, and Brennan smartly ran around and tied him up.
4:37 to go in the half. 5-point ball game. Long inbound out on top. Pearson, and what do we get? An off-ball foul?
Well, it's going to be on Carter Lancaster, who is setting a screen down in the paint.
That's his first, second team foul on the Pioneers. Point will get the ball back. How about a basket and get within one possession?
You got 4:36. You're only down 5. Finish this half off. You could conceivably get into the locker room with a lead.
Makinen into the front court. AJ starts and gives right side to Ryan Genrich. Long cross court, Brennan Tim back to AJ. Thought about a 3, they covered him up. Drives inside, got the handoff underneath. Shane Tarjan off to Josiah. In and out, no, tipped out long. Ryan Genrich, good job by Gilly. Over it'll go to Tarjan. Makinen to Brennan Tim at the right elbow, into the lane, spin move, takes it up, no. Josiah put back, no, and a foul where?
That's a good question. I think they're going to get Josiah on the push.
Yeah.
That's what they got. This should be a shooting foul. That'll be Josiah's second foul.
That'll bring Luke Warden back in. Well, and I hate to do it, and we don't have video replay, but there's where Shane Tarjan got the ball down in the post, in the block. He didn't even think about shooting, and John, he had a chance to basically get a layup out of that.
Yeah, and he's big enough guard that he's got to have some chance to finish, right?
Free throw is good for Pearson. Worst case scenario, you got a good chance to get fouled.
Yeah, Now
But he
7,
didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
He wanted the ball out of his hands in a scoring situation.
7 fouls to 2, Scotty.
Yep. Nothing new, I guess.
No, it certainly hasn't been. And the difference in this game is at the foul line, basically.
Yep. At this moment, Makinen off the Warden screen, takes it to the baseline, sneaking in, gives back to Luke in the corner. Ryan Genrich to the right corner now. Driving baseline, cut off by Probst, still working with the dribble. That's a lot of dribbling. Out to Tarjan, who was wide open but won't even think about launching a shot. Brennan Tim working left baseline, backing down into the post. 3 seconds, got rid of it, and a layup that time for Luke Warden.
Well, good job of Luke cutting, making himself available. Good vision by Brennan Tim.
5-point game, 29-24, left side Probst. Out on top, it'll go there to Knees. Olsen back to Knees. Warden,
he walked again.
Yeah, he did. He starts moving before the ball comes out of his hand.
Yeah, he lifts both feet off the ground before the ball goes down. They got that one.
Wichorek will come back here for Platteville. Jake Buchanan finally going to come back for Stevens Point. Well, Shane does a nice job defensive end, but you need Jake scoring on there somehow.
Yep, just a freshman, Shane Tarjan out of Niles, Illinois. He's going to have to work on his, offensive skills in the offseason.
Yeah.
As we're a young team. There's all these guys got stuff to work on.
Makinen brings it across the timeline. This is generally a junior-senior dominated league, and we've got a bunch of young ones. Over to the right side, it'll go to Brennan. Tim runs into AJ. Thankfully, didn't fumble the ball away. Makinen to the lane. Kick out to Genrich. 13 on the shot clock. Tim on the right side trying to back in. Gets in deep, scooping layup, and he got it.
That's something that Brennan has been doing in the last few games, Scott. He's been really able to score.
As he is, he's not afraid of some contact.
And he's long.
Yep. Over to the right side, it'll go there. Down to the baseline. With it here is Pearson against Genrich. Trying to work him. Spin move. Missed it. Tipped out. Genrich comes down with it. Ryan will push up the right side to the arc. Inside the arc. Steps back. Gives it off to Brennan Tim. He'll take it off the dribble. Down inside and then fell down trying to make a spin move. Here comes Pearson the other direction. Gives to the corner. Wide open. 3-ball buried. It's just like that.
We've seen that several times, Scotty, where they've run break to the corner. And that's 3 3-point shots that have all come from the corner off a transition.
Boy, you had a chance to get within one. And, it was a nice move. Just fell down, making a spin move, and then you didn't get back defensively. All right, 32-26, 2:07 to go in the half. Buchanan over to Brennan Tim, right back to Jake. No shot available. They have done a nice job covering it. Buchanan, that one tipped away, and they're going to call a foul.
Yep, Ben Probst.
That'll be his first, third on Platteville.
1:58 to go.
Moots will come back. Who's he coming in for? Brennan Tim. Boy, now we are small.
We are going to go
6 foot,
real
6 foot,
small.
6 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot 6.
This looks like one of those 6 foot and under tournaments.
If they were all Seth Curry.
Yeah, there you go.
That might be okay. Inbound to Genrich. Moots. Round it'll go. Buchanan down to the baseline. Takes a top shot and hits it.
And actually got blocked on the way up. He had to re-grab the basketball just to shoot.
4-point ball game. Olsen across the way. Pearson with Chorick. Back out on top to Knees. Knees against Warden. Left wing with Chorick. Oh, he lost him. Got down deep. Missed the shot. Luckily there for Stevens Point. Makinen on ahead. Moots off the wing. Goes up. Can't hit it. Tipped around. Out of bounds. Pointer basketball.
And a pointer bench.
There was some contact again. How do you not get a foul on that shot?
Asking for a foul and didn't get one. Man.
I mean, it's not like they didn't hit him.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know.
Minute 25 to go in the half. I'm trying to see the inbound play here. Coach has me totally blocked off. I need a chair with wheels.
Yeah, now there's a discussion on whether or not Zach's shot hit the rim, I think. So they're discussing what should be the shot clock. They're leaving it at 23. They moved it to.
Moots inbounds it to the right corner to Luke Warden. Gives it back out to Makinen. A minute 20 to go in the half. AJ on the control into the lane. Kicks it out. Moots open three. No. Rebound. Tipped out Samuels. Brings it up here for Platteville. To the arc. Stops. Gives it to Olson. Right side Pearson. Gets it right back. Out on top. It'll go there to Hettinger. Samuels. Olson. Right side. On the dribble with short. Tip. Picked up by Olson. 12 on the shot clock. Samuels to the free throw lane. Pulls up from 13 and got it.
Yep, top individual move. Little 8-footer.
Out of Anawan, Illinois. 6'1" sophomore.
Platteville's gotten a number of really good players out of
Buchanan, a quick
Illinois.
three off the rim. No, on the rebound, Hettinger. Well, you are down 6.
They may use most of this shot clock. There's about 6 seconds different.
I think I would if I were them.
Yep.
Samuels, unless you get a wide open layup like this.
Yeah, we just beat Ryan off the high ball screen. We just cut hard off that free throw line screen, and we followed yet another cutter.
A moment or so ago, you were almost within 1 point, and now you're down by 8 again. Moots with it. Clock down to 6 seconds. Buchanan, a runner in the lane, scooping layup, and he got it. Buchanan hits that one. Platteville won't get a shot off, and we head to the locker room. Well, it's certainly a doable game. It is. Platteville 36, Stevens Point 30 here at the half. Let's take a 90-second break, and we will return. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN.
At home.
certainly a winnable ball game, but you are going to have to make a concerted effort to deal with Logan Pearson.
Well, that's it in a nutshell. I mean, as far as evaluating that first half, the difference has been Logan Pearson, right? I mean, the 6'4" junior out of Kimberly, as we mentioned, averages 19.6 a game, and he's got 16 already. So what will we do differently? Will we run 2 at him? Will we play him straight up? He's one of those size kids, Scotty, in this league that we know can be so valuable. Those 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" kids, they're big enough to go inside, outside, and they're big enough to finish. And he certainly has done a good job of that. He also works really hard off the ball, and they run a lot of screens for him. So you end up having to chase him through and around and under screens. So they make it tough for you to guard him.
All right, point with the ball to start it off. A.J. Makinen. Ryan Genrich getting the start in the second half in place of Luke Warden. It'll go down low to Brennan Tim along the right of the lane. Out to Moots, takes it into the lane, gives it back to Genrich. Hits 3, missed everything. And Brennan Tim saves it back to Buchanan down the lane. His shot blocked. No, he got it back. Shoots from the corner, in and out, no. Kept alive. Moots off to Makinen. Over to Moots. Didn't lift the 3. He was open.
Yeah, it sure was.
Wasn't really set up for it, though. I think maybe a pretty good job by Zach. Brennan on the right block. Out to Buchanan. Right back to Brennan. Inside. Kick it out. Moots doesn't take it. Drives inside. Tried to get it and does to Tim. Outside to Makinen. Open 3. Off the rim. Rebound to Platteville.
Boy, had some real good opportunities there. Just couldn't get it to go.
Olsen into the front court. Probst and over to the right side. It'll go there. With it is Lancaster. Gives it to Pearson. Olsen back out high. A deep 3 by Probst. That's going to rim off. Genrich with a rebound. Not sure that's a shot Coach Gard would have wanted. Genrich off to Tim. Over to Makinen. Going baseline. Tosses it out, and that's going to be a turnover.
I think A.J. wanted to get down to baseline to where he could get on this side of the backboard, Scotty, and go reverse, but good defense by Platteville. They just kept him right on the baseline, and he could not get around the basket.
Brady Olsen, front court. Out on top, it'll go there into the hands of Knees. Probst and down to the left baseline, Olsen. They get it inside Pearson. He fumbled it, but picked up coming in off the wing Knees, and he'll score it.
Once you know, he fumbled it in a loose ball and went right into the hands of a teammate.
Isn't that the way it goes? 38-30. Platteville leads. Boots out high, Buchanan. A.J. over to Genrich. Into the left corner. Everything around the perimeter right now. Genrich, kick out, Buchanan. Tim. A.J. thought about a 3, 7 on the clock, into the lane, down the lane, scooping layup, and he got it.
And I kind of thought he was being rode the entire time.
I agree with that.
By Brady Olsen. But no call.
38-32, Pointers down 6. Left side pass, taken here by Probst. Swing it around the perimeter for the Pioneers. Pearson out to Olsen again. Pearson gets it in the corner, drives to the lane, kicks it out into the corner, wide open 3 off the rim. Rebound tipped into the hands of Buchanan. He'll run it up. Jake stops at the top of the circle, leaves it for Moots, back to Jake. Off the screen. They don't really rub him off. Genrich down deep. It'll go to Tim. Brennan turns, looks at the basket. He's got Knees on him, trying to work in the post. Brennan Tim now battling his way in. Fadeaway jumper, got it.
Boy, that's been our most consistent offense, was just give the ball to Brennan and leave him alone and let him work.
All right, back within 4 right now is Stevens Point. Lancaster to Knees. Man-to-man at both ends of the floor here tonight. Olsen with it. Probst, and he'll look and go quickly. Lancaster on the wing underneath the Probst. Got inside against A.J. Turnaround, and he got it.
Yeah, nice play. They ran him off a high screen, and he came across the lane, caught in the post.
40-34.
Reminds you of Bo Ryan over the years, doesn't it? Putting the cards down low.
Genrich into the lane, jump stop, got knocked off his spot, kick out. A.J. wants the open 3. That's not going to go, and the rebound Knees. Boy, A.J.'s shot not going tonight.
No.
He's had some good opportunities. Olsen comes left side with the dribble. 6-point Platteville lead. 16:08 to go. Tarjan and Warden getting set to come in. Another three. This one not going to go, and it'll go out of bounds. Stevens Point basketball off the miss by Logan Pierce. Auto Select. Quality, dependable auto repair and service performed by qualified technicians you can trust.
Got the media here.
All right, 15:59.
Has always been a basketball area. And now really good at football too, right?
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
You know, I mean, Nina has been a mainstay in basketball as long as you and I have been alive, ever since Coach Einerson took over that a million years
Pondy
ago.
beat Nina this year, by the way.
Huh?
Genrick into the front court, goes left side with the basketball in hand as Tarjan into the hands of Luke Warden. Up on top, Genrick.
Oh, beautiful.
Down to Luke underneath. Got it off to Miles Coleman, who was fouled.
And
Going to go to the free throw line.
They run a pick and roll beautifully to Luke Warden, who literally got knocked out of bounds by two defenders. And I'm glad to see Miles to the line, but I'm wondering how Luke didn't fall out of bounds by himself.
Miles at the free throw line. This is the first.
Yeah, we needed that one.
Another opportunity coming up here for the sophomore out of Brookfield Central High School.
67% on the year.
Got that one. 5-point ball game at 40-34. All right, Olsen brings it up. Can you get another stop? Left-hand dribble, tosses it to the corner.
See if they go to Pearson on this possession.
Hedinger back in there for Platteville. Olsen out high, Samuels. Hedinger outside the arc. Hands it back to Samuels. 8 on the shot clock. Tarjan right there defensively. Out to Probst. Lost it going up. Got it back. Knocks Miles over. And he'll lean in with a three. And they're going to bank it in. How is that not a foul, knocking Miles over? But now you'll give that a foul shot.
What a change.
I'm telling you, sometimes.
Tarjan on the foul. And then, once you know, it banked in, and so a chance for a 4-point play after they wiped the defender off. Man alive.
Yeah, you can't understand basketball officiating. It's really hard. But to me, that was pretty simple. I mean, Probst just knocked Miles down on the floor and then gets benefited by throwing one at the hoop and it goes in.
Yeah, this is a kind of officiating we are used to getting over the years at Platteville, and then you get it done to you in your home floor.
Man, you can't make that bad of a call. Miles Coleman into the corner. It'll go to Luke Warden. Back out to Genrick. It changes the whole game. Genrick on the wing against Olsen. Gives it back to Tarjan over to the right side to Coleman. Works to the corner. Now you're back down by 9. Miles kick out into the hands of Tarjan, who fumbles it. He's going to have to launch one. Takes the three. Caught the rim barely. Hedinger with a rebound.
Early on, we had a pick and roll. Luke Warden would have been wide open for 2. Miles missed him.
Olsen on the wing. They have a chance to go back up by double digits. Hedinger gives it back with Chorik with it to the free throw lane. Down to the corner, back out. Pearson crossover dribble down the lane, in and out. No rebound. Tim didn't secure it. Pearson comes up with it, and he'll score.
That's just good individual effort by a great player.
Yep. And the fact that you didn't secure the rebound. You one-handed it, and Point needs a timeout. 14:03 to go. Now you're back down by 11. Boy, what a change one call makes in this basketball game. 46-35 Platteville. We'll be back in a minute. Pointers basketball on WPCN.
Well, Platteville 4 of 8 to start the second half from the floor, 1 of 4 from behind the three-point line. Stevens Point just 2 of 8.
Yeah. Coleman inbounds it to Zach Moots. Into the corner, it'll go to Miles. Off the Brennan Tim screen. Gets it right back, works to the baseline. Trying to work his way in against Samuels, and they'll call that offensive.
And it was, I agree. He was pounding into the defender, trying to work his way to the basket. He dropped that right shoulder. That's an offensive foul.
Well, but if you're in the post, you can do that all day long because that's what is done in the post.
I think where he
so
got,
the inconsistency is really hard to understand.
Where he got in trouble was he really dropped that right shoulder.
Samuels into the lane. His pass deflected. Kick out. Wieczorek misses. Rebound. Genrich.
Pointers need a basket.
Brennan Tim on the left side and a hold in the post this time by Hettinger.
Yep, working against Luke Ward. Luke's really developing as we thought he might, Scotty. We're talking about Luke Ward, the freshman out of Green Bay Notre Dame Academy. You know, this is a young team and plenty to be optimistic about. We got a lot of true freshmen on the floor that are getting better and better.
So Pointers get it off the inbound. Jake Buchanan's back on the floor, runs it right to the basket.
And ran
into a double team.
Yeah, Ben Probst
turns it over. Probst into the front court. Handoff, Samuels, his pass deflected right back into his hands. Then Brennan Tim kind of tied him up, but apparently not long enough. Back with Chorick driving baseline. Got it off to Hettinger, takes it up, gets his own rebound, blocked away, picked up by Makinen. Outlet to Buchanan. Across the way, stops, doesn't take the shot over. It'll go to Moots. He'll drive baseline and then throws it away.
Boy, you can't have turnovers when you're trailing by 11. You can't really have turnovers when you're up by 11 either. Can you ever have turnovers?
No, you can't.
No, they really hurt you.
Lear's Jewelers providing custom design jewelry free, custom design consultations as well as jewelry repair. Where dreams are made, Lear's Jewelers. Samuels gives it off on the left side. This is Pearson. Down to the left block. Tosses it on top. Hettinger wants 3. Brackets out, but the rebound goes to Samuels. Takes it inside, can't score it. Rebound, Luke Warden. Gets it into the hands of Makinen.
Well, we've gotten some stops, Scotty. We just haven't converted on our offensive
AJ is going to be fouled by Hettinger.
There's an easy call. The block.
3 team fouls on Platteville. Josiah Gillies going to come in for Luke Warden here.
Good minutes by Luke.
Yep. 46-35. Inbound, Brennan Tim. Moots Trying to go baseline, cut off by Wieczorek. Takes him in there, bounces it down to Josiah, working inside against Nice. Comes out, Moots back into Josiah, overplayed, tipped away, right back to Zach. Now to Josiah on the baseline. Spin move, he'll go up with the short jumper off the rim. No, Probst with a rebound.
That was his patented spin, just missed it.
Yep. Probst across the way. Pearson, Lancaster, back to Pearson. 20 on the shot clock now, and an offensive foul.
And I got a screen that might be on Nice.
You're correct.
The free throw line extended screen.
All right, 11:39 to go. Can't score.
No, you've had them stopped on, Scotty. 46
forever.
Since 14 minutes and some, and we just haven't been able to score ourselves.
Tim with the screen. Moots back to Tim. Brennan into the lane area. Takes the jumper. Can't hit it. Needs with a rebound.
Boy, we have had an opportunity in the last 3 minutes. They were actually waiting for us, and we did not walk through.
Oh, well. Left corner it'll go here. Out on top into the lane. Fumbled, but Lancaster got it back. Probst down low. It'll go knees against Josiah. Jump hook doesn't go. Tim with a rebound. Got to get Jake a shot here sometime. Left side it'll go to Moots. Back to Buchanan against Wieczorek. Working on the dribble outside to Makinen. In on the deep right block it'll go to Josiah. Battling there with Knees. He's going to take the short jumper and hit it.
That and squaring up, setting Nice up for a drive, and Nice backed off just enough to open up the shot.
46-37, Stevens Point.
Josiah, another true freshman.
Yep. We kind of like him.
We do.
Pearson into the lane, spin move, a little lean in against Zach. Left it short, rebound tipped. Makinen comes out of there with it. Into the front court, AJ circles back out, leaves it for Josiah into the hands of Buchanan. Josiah trying to set a screen, long cross court, it'll go to Makinen, and he travels with the ball.
He's had a quiet offensive night. We're talking about AJ.
Tim will get a little rest as Ryan Genrick comes back.
Boy, we've really had opportunities.
Are they going to keep giving the pointers the opportunities?
I don't think so. They may go to Mr. Logan Pearson on this possession.
Olsen gives it to Knees. Left side pass back to Olsen. Tried to go down deep. Genrick with the steal into the front court over to Makinen on the wing. Can't find a trailer. There's Buchanan. Open three and not going to go. Tipped and rebounded by Pearson.
Scott, we got like 7 stops in a row and 2 points.
Left side it'll go. Olsen kicks it out. Probst wants 3 and he got it.
That whole almost 5-minute spell, you've been outscored 3-2.
49-37, the drought. Ryan Genrick trying to bark some direction here. Makinen into the lane, cutting down the lane. Couldn't hit the shot. Rebound Knees. 49-37. Platteville just working down low to Knees against Josiah. Little lean in, scores it.
A size mismatch, and to get it that deep, as athletic as Josiah is, he can't get up to the 6'7" player.
Now you're down by 14.
Yeah.
Josiah setting the screen. Makinen down deep, double, triple team. Kicks to the corner, open shot, and get it for Moots.
Great shot. Well, you got 8:38 to go. You're down 11.
51-40. Out on the wing, Lancaster against Moots. Sends it over, Pearson. Olsen on the left wing, Probst. He's going to launch another 3. That one rims off. Genrick with another rebound. Ryan's doing a nice job on the glass.
I'm not sure Coach Gard wants some of those horse 3s himself.
Genrick up to the other end. Backs it to the arc. Off it'll go to Moots on the wing. Another basket would be pretty big right now. Bounce pass down deep, Josiah. Working, pulls up for the jumper and splashes another one down. 51-42, back within 9. It'll go to Pearson to Lancaster into the post. And an easy one for Probst.
Yeah, he came off a screen on the left side, curled around, and there's again, we get hung up on those screens and have to follow. It's just an easy basket.
And Platteville's going to take a 30. 7:46 to go. Let's take that 30-second break. We'll come back. Pointers basketball on WPCN.
An engagement ring is the
Back to an 11-point Platteville lead.
The good news is in the last 6.5 minutes, Platteville has only scored 7 points. The bad news is Stevens Point has only scored 7 points.
Yeah.
Advantage Platteville.
So many good shots.
Yeah.
Can't make them.
Well, the ball's got to go in the hole to win, right?
That's for sure.
I mean, at the end of the night, say what you will, but you got to put the ball in the hole.
Miles Coleman across the way off the screen. Genrich in the corner. Sends it back out to Buchanan. Jake working off the dribble. They were trying to set up a screen. Right side to Miles. Running baseline. Got caught inside. Double clutches. Goes up. Doesn't go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
That time he got the baseline. Then opposite side got fouled. Miles has the size, Scotty, to do that out of the guard position. He's a solid 6'2" kid. Strong.
Free throw on the way from Miles is good. 53-43, still time, but you can't do too many things wrong. The final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. Watch your favorite teams and enjoy the daily food and drink specials at the final score. Second and Maria Stevens Point. Both free throws good. 9-point ball game. 7:25 to go. Olsen brings it up. Pioneers with 5 timeouts. Stevens Point with 4. Left side, Love. Back to Olsen. Hedinger off to Samuels. To the free throw line. Kick out. Pearson and a foul on Genrich.
Yeah,
not a shooting foul.
No. Pearson able to get around him. And then Ryan with the body.
Yep. 2 on Ryan.
Team foul 3. So we've got 3 to give yet before they shoot.
Olsen tosses it into Love, into the post. Ball tipped away, picked up by Genrich. Ryan runs it up the left side, stops, goes to Buchanan, a popping shot. 3 won't go, tipped around. Love with the rebound.
Boy, that one we really needed.
Boy, that would have been huge. Back it comes, and a turnover on the dribble by Pearson.
Boy, they have just waited for us, and we haven't been able to take advantage.
6:49 to go.
I mean,
boy, if Jake's 3 went there.
If we hit 50% during this spell, Scotty, we'd be with them.
Landon Van Kelster is coming into the ball game.
What good news that is. Another freshman. Really talented shooter. He's got the size out of Freedom. You don't know where Freedom is. It's just south and a little bit east of Green Bay. They are quite an athletic school
through
nowadays.
A knee injury.
Yep.
Good to have Landon back.
I didn't need the surgery. They talked about an ACL. Well, it was an ACL, but it healed on it.
Genrich with it. Into the right corner to Buchanan. Jake out on top. Finds Mooch with it. Off the screen. Who did they call the foul on?
That's
Samuels.
Got to be on Samuels. Julian Samuels, an Illinois kid.
All right, Mooch will.
You know, we haven't had a lot of kids
the side.
Out of Illinois, Scotty, but they've all been really good.
Yeah, they have when we get them. We got another good one.
Yep.
With Shane Tarjan.
And we're looking at a kid from down by Bloomington, possibly, that's going to join us next year. Yep.
Buchanan in on the baseline. Moots kick out Tim over to the right side. Genrich into the lane, down the lane, spin move, fadeaway jumper, in and out. No.
Wouldn't you know it? Man alive. Talk about opportunity. You're going to look at this film tomorrow and you're going to say, we could have had this game.
Probst over to the right side. It'll go to Olsen. Well, that one would have gotten you back within 7. Samuels on the wing, guarded by Ryan. Gives it up on top.
Trip.
And a trip being fouled by Van Kelster.
And we could still have this game. I don't mean to imply that this game is over because it's anything but with 5:56 to go. But boy, that last 8 minutes, if we were just shooting any percentage, Scotty, we'd have the lead.
All right.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Well, we'll see if you can dig this out or not. Hettinger hands back to Olsen. Started with 20 on the shot clock. It goes to the corner. Probst back on top.
Yeah,
and a foul inside where?
Hettinger. It's going to be on Hettinger. Yeah, you know what? Or Hettinger, he was using that left arm to ward off the defender.
So that's 17 fouls. That is a player control or offensive.
Man, they just keep waiting, and we're not making them pay.
Pearson back in. Well, you're going to get a basket here and start inching closer. 2 or 3, I don't know.
Once you hit a 3 here, you're just down to a 2-possession game.
Yep.
So
Genrick into the front court for Stevens Point. To the top of the circle, bounces it to Buchanan. Backs his way outside the arc. Comes right to Moots, running baseline, gives back to Tim. Tim Buchanan thought about it, drives it into the lane, down the lane to Moots from the right corner. Got one. There.
Well,
53-47.
Just 2 possessions now.
5:20 to go. Front court with Chorick, Probst, and over it'll go Pearson. Off the dribble, gives it back up Hettinger. Samuels missed a pick and roll opportunity there, driving baseline and a foul whistle.
That's going to be on Ben Kelso. You can see Landon's, rust, Scott. He hasn't virtually played since, before Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. Yep. 5:08 to go. 53-47. 5 team fouls now on point. Inbounder will be with Chorick. Gets it to Samuels. Pull up jumper and it bounced in.
That's a big shot for the Pioneers.
Yep. 55-47. Pointers need a hoop. Buchanan into the front court, working to the right side. Moots trying to post. They'll get it to Zach. Trying to back his way down into the post. Jump stop, kick out. Van Kelster passed up an opportunity. Off to Tim, out to Moots. He'll lift the 3. In and out, no. Rebound. It'll go to the Pioneers.
And a timeout off the floor.
Probst down there. Knew he was in some trouble, so he decided to take one of those timeouts. 55-47. We're down to 4:37 to go. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Open daily at 11.
Stevens Point, 20 of 48, 41%, and we're just 4 of 18 from behind the arc, 22%. So neither team in the second half shooting it well at all.
Well, can he get hot and get enough stops? Well, down by 8.
Yep, 4:35.
With the 3 ball, that's 3 possessions.
That's right.
Into the right corner with the ball with Chorick. Swing it around. Samuels heading left. Wanted to give it to Pearson. They finally do, but back out near the timeline. Pearson against Genrick. Kick out Probst. 3 ball.
Bang.
Boy, I tell you what, every time he's left open, he's hitting that 3.
Yeah.
That's his 4th of the night.
Out of Madison LaFollette.
58-47. That might have been the killer right there.
You know what? Ryan has done such a good job on Pearson this half. Probst has hit the big shots.
Yep. On the wing, inside, Moots. Underneath, fumbled, got it back, lays it up and in.
Well, you're at the point now where you can't really trade baskets.
58-49, 9-point ball game, 3:45 to go. Chorick sends it to the left. Pearson and into the corner to Samuels. Pointers might have to gamble a little bit defensively. and yet you can't give up scores. Samuels, backdoor cut, Probst, missed it, foul.
Foul on Zach Moots. Probst with 19, Scotty, in the game. So Pearson carried this team in the first half. Probst carrying them in half number 2.
He's got 14 in the second half.
Yeah.
You'll go to the free throw line. 2 free ones.
They have yet to miss a free
It's
throw.
a
They're
10-point lead.
Perfect 8 out of 8.
So many chances.
Yep.
El Mezcal Restaurant out on Highway 10 East, Stevens Point. Check out El Mezcal's Facebook specials. El Mezcal, Stevens Point.
All these guys
Missed the second one.
from
10-point
Platteville,
game.
except for Nice, will be back next year.
Left wing Buchanan. They've done a good job again taking Jake away.
They have.
And Jake has missed a couple of shots here. You can't expect him to make every one. Left side to Moots. Zach down on the baseline, slides in, missed the shot, draws the foul, will go to the line, where he has struggled as of late.
He has. You know, early in the season, he was an 80% free throw shooter. In the last 7 or 8 games, he's shot 41, and I can't explain why the difference.
First one is good.
There we go.
Wichorek, by the way, with the foul, 59-50. 3:13 to go. You can still do this. Zach's second is good. Get a stop, come down, get a hoop. 8-point ball game, 59-51. Front court, Brady Olson gives it off. Pearson. Lancaster. Pearson trying to post down low with Genrick on him. Out to Probst, left side. Pearson to the lane.
There's a walk, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Off it'll go. Olson into the lane over Buchanan. No, rebound Moots. Zach will bring it up. Crosses the timeline. Founds Buchanan. Launches the 3. Scores the 3.
There he got one. Hey.
First one of the second half. 59-54.
Game on.
2.5 minutes to go.
Game on.
Pearson and over left. It'll go there. Probst with it. Can you get another stop? Put a little pressure on the Pioneers here. Toss it out. With Wichorek working on the dribble against Tim. Over to the right side, it'll go to Olson, taking Buchanan off the dribble. Out it comes, Lancaster, and he nails a 3.
They've hit some big shots.
Wide open again, though.
Yeah, Lancaster kind of faded to that spot, and Landon just didn't get there.
Moots, Buchanan, back to Moots, right side. Minute 53, Zach's shot is good.
Timeout.
Timeout point. Well, 62-56, a minute 50 to go. Tarjan is going to check in. I believe Coleman is going to check in. Defense, offense substitution.
Yeah, I think so.
Got to get something working here defensively. Well, they're making it exciting at the end.
Yeah.
You go back to that 4-point play that never should have been.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
And you got a ball game here.
Yeah.
Not that I remember things like that, but with
Well,
that
as you
being
know,
said,
not only do I remember such things, but I hold them in grudges. I probably would not be a good coach because I remember a bad call from 31 years ago.
yeah, you do tend to hang on to things.
Yeah.
I would, but I just forget them. That's my problem.
I think there's medication for that, but I've never tried it.
For forgetting?
No, for holding on to grudges. But
All right, Tim, Tarjan,
I'm sure Bobby Knight
Coleman,
never
Moots,
held
Genrick.
grudges.
No, he doesn't remember any of that stuff.
We had a very good friend, the late Kenny Kulik, a Big Ten official.
Yeah.
And Sky and I used to just love to hear
the
Kenny's
stories.
Bobby Knight stories. They were really...
Even for the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time, they were still good.
Oh, what a great, great man. Well, I guess we could say both of them, Coach Bobby Knight
sure.
and referee Ken Kulik.
All right. Any foul outside of an offensive, of course, either team will be shooting.
Up 18 fouls Pioneers, 6 Stevens Point.
Inbound to Brady Olson. He'll bring it up against Miles Coleman. Into the front court. Miles eyeing him up.
Using some clock here.
Yep. Olson picks up, tosses it across. Lancaster back over. Pearson on the wing against Genrich. Fakes the three. Might have got a late whistle, but a good call.
Yep.
He definitely shuffled his feet before he got the ball out of his hands. He got 2 dribbles in before the official said, "Oh yeah."
But I have to say, Scotty, since the 14-minute mark, Platteville has done everything they could
to help
us out.
Well, that's what they should do. Buchanan on the right wing, working on the dribble, trying to get by Olson, backing him into the paint. Out it'll go to Moots. Zach out on top to Tim. Tim runs it in, out to Landon Van Kelster. Into the lane, down the lane, goes up, he'll score it! Van Kelster's first 2 in a long, long time. 62-58. Minute 5 to go. You obviously need a stop.
Well, they got the court spread here. They're
Pearson, Olson. Off it'll go with Chorick. Lancaster with it on the left side to Probst. 2-possession game. Probst against Van Kelster. Inside it'll go. Out to Olson. Down to the baseline. Looking, shot short. Rebound lost out of bounds by Stevens Point.
Yeah, Moots and Brennan Tim ended up fighting over that, but there's only 1 second, on the
shot clock.
What a shame. I mean, but you wanted that ball. I'd rather have 2 guys fight for it and lose it than have 2 guys watch it.
This substitution is interesting. They brought out your 2 best shooters for a 1-second inbound play, and it's going to have to be transition. Of course, you can call a timeout, right?
You've got 3 timeouts with 40, so
I guess you don't want to give up a good opportunity with the shot clock down at 1. I'm talking the Pointers had pulled out Van Kelster and Buchanan to bring in Tarjan and Coleman. And boy, if you go in transition, then you're without your scorers.
Well,
but
now,
we'll see how it happens.
Platteville probably has 2 possibilities here, Scotty. To run somebody off a screen, and you think they might go to a backside corner off a screen, and it would be a catch and a shoot from the corner. Or you lob something up around the rim. And they do have a size advantage. They've got a couple guys that are 6'7", 6'8" kinds of kids that they could lob rim on.
Yep.
So we'll see how they play.
Both teams down to 3 timeouts. 62-58, 40 seconds to go in the ball game. So Stevens Point has hung around. They were down by 14 at one point in this game, have never led, had a couple of chances to get within 1 or 2, and now sit here with a 4-point deficit and 40 seconds to go. Platteville has 1 second to get off a shot off this inbound. And boy, if you can get them to miss and come down and score in a hurry, then anything could happen.
You may find yourself in a fouling situation, but at least you'll have a chance.
I'm just thinking they're going to try to lob it to Pearson at the rim.
Maybe
Brennan Tim is the guy that's going to try to guard that. That's just my guess. Olson looking, still looking. They'll lob it to the rim to Samuel. They were going to try to dunk. He missed it, but Platteville got the rebound inside, and they score it.
Wow.
By Pearson. You didn't go get the loose ball off the missed dunk. Up it'll come, off to Coleman, to Genrich. 28 on the shot clock, down the lane, layup good. Timeout, Stevens Point.
Scotty, how many games have we been put in jeopardy because of that situation right there? Now, in defense of our guys, he was going to try to lob dunk that, and it came hard and high and up towards the free throw line area.
But you got a hand on it, and you couldn't pull it in.
Yeah,
and then Platteville
it's like the story of the year, hasn't it?
Seems like it's 64-60. Point down to 2 timeouts.
What a huge
boy, when you got him to miss, I'm like, here you go.
Yep.
But then you weren't able to get the rebound, and they did finally find Logan Pearson for a layup.
I will give Julian Samuel some credit for getting some ups there.
Yep.
He's a 6'1" guard.
Yep.
And he was going to slam that down off the feed.
Final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard right now. Platteville 64, Stevens Point 60. Plan your before or after game get-togethers at the final score. Second to Maria, Stevens Point. Already today, Oshkosh defeated Stout. River Falls knocked off Whitewater, and La Crosse survives Eau Claire. That's on the men's side. women's side, our Pointers picked up a win, 51-49 down in Platteville. Eau Claire defeats La Crosse. It was Whitewater over River, and the Oshkosh women 2 up on Stout.
Well, you've got enough time to conceivably trap the first pass and see if you can make the trap and then steal that pass out of it. If you don't, you just simply have to foul. You don't, and you can't at this point be picking about who we want to foul because you don't have enough time to wait for the ball to get into the hands. And obviously Platteville here will put this ball in the hands of their best free throw shooters. Here we go.
64-60. Tarjan will be the guarder of the inbound pass. Probst looking, finally throws it on, gets it right back, trapped in the corner. And a timeout by Probst.
That was a smart play by their junior guard because he was in some real trouble trapped in that corner.
Yeah.
And not only was the 5-second call going, but he couldn't see out of that trap. That was just a very smart timeout. And that's why you save some of them.
Yep, that's a fact. That one a big one. That should get both teams down to 2 timeouts remaining. 64-60 your score, although our scoreboard says Platteville still has 3. Well, coming up on Wednesday, the Pointers will be here against the Stout Blue Devils and then off next Saturday with no game, John.
Yeah, we got a chance to do something. I think I might go home to La Crosse and
I'm going to see
my sister for her birthday.
Oh, that's a good thing. I'm going to go see my brother and sister over in Appleton on Saturday of next week. Haven't seen them for a while now. Probably past Thanksgiving since I've seen them.
Well, you do broadcast a few games.
Yep, here and there. Here we go.
Well, they used 3 seconds on that. So that was 25.8 seconds when that inbound started. We're down to 22.6.
64-60. Scoreboard still says 3 timeouts. I don't know how that could be, but I'm sure it's right. All right. Platteville will inbound off the sideline. Brennan Tim guarding the inbound now. And they'll throw it in long, and they got it ahead. Lancaster, Pearson. You're going to have to foul him, and you do.
That's a good inbounds play.
You didn't read that coming, unfortunately.
It was a good inbounds play. They put all 4 people up on this forecourt and just set a screen and ran hard. Kind of like a fly pattern.
Yep. This was a 1-and-1.
The other thing that I like about that kind of a play, Scotty, if you steal it, now you got your momentum. You're all the way around. Like before we could have come.
Pearson makes the first.
All the way back, we would have used a good portion of that 19 seconds. So smart play all the way around.
65-60. Chance to make it a full 6-point lead here. It's on the way and good.
Yep, and they got the ball into the hands of their leading scorer. So if you're a Platteville fan, everything about that last play was perfection.
All right, 19 seconds to go in the ball game, down by 2 full possessions. Who's going to get a shot here? Moots
you can drive
gets it on the floor. Mackinnon, front court. Moots, right wing, behind the back, steps back, launches the triple, scored it.
Yeah.
12 seconds to go.
You're going to need some help, but you've got a chance. Big shot by Zach Moots. 12.2 seconds to go, Scotty.
30-second timeout by Point. 1 possession game with 12 seconds to go.
But at this point, I don't know that you really got time to take that trap in first pass. I almost think you need to foul before the clock starts. I know they're going to get, well, no, it still is a bonus. So it's not an automatic 2 for Platteville. So I think with 12.2, you simply got to foul somebody before.
Well, or can you somehow, by pure magic, get a foul on Platteville before the clock actually starts?
It would be the old grab the back of their jersey and pull them over on top of you and hope the official doesn't see it. We've seen that over the years on occasion.
Looks like we're not going to defend the inbounder right now.
Yep.
Probst will do the inbounding. He does get it on, gets it right back under the basket, and there's a foul on Miles Coleman.
And yet you used 2.2 valuable tenths of a second on that. But actually, that's fine. 10 seconds is plenty of time if he misses this to come down and hit a three.
They actually called a foul on.
And now Platteville's getting into that position. Should they miss this free throw, Scotty, do they foul us instead of letting us shoot a three-point shot? So
Probst 4 out of 5.
Yeah, a lot of strategy here yet.
Front end of the 1-and-1. It's on the way. That's not going to go. Rebounded by Brennan Tim. Handoff to Mackinnon. A three would tie it. Front court, Buchanan. Can he get his shot off? Falls down with the ball. Needs a timeout and got it. With 2.5, thankfully you had a timeout left.
Boy, oh boy.
I don't know if he kind of got tangled up with the defender or just kind of lost his footing.
He kind of lost his footing. He was going to try to keep that ball. I think he was setting up to do a step-back shot. And that's where, if he was about 4 inches taller, because he wouldn't have needed to step back. He could have just,
2.5 seconds to go.
You can pass and catch a couple.
Yeah. I'm wondering, not to put it on him, but are they thinking Van Kelster, who hasn't played, blah, 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 can do something? Do you find Landon, who might have a chance to be more open? They're certainly not going to give Buchanan a shot.
You know who I go to here, I think? And I may be the only one that am thinking this. He has the length and the size to get the shot off. And he can shoot a three ball. He does it very often. Brennan Tim.
Well, somebody's going to have to take a three because you're down 3. And they have 2.9 seconds, so they added 4 attempts.
Yeah, I would be inclined to go to Brennan Tim here.
I guess we'll find out.
And again now, Platteville's in that situation, Scotty. Do they even let us shoot a three? And that's something that Coach Gard and the staff, every coach has their own philosophy about this, because you can take that foul and you make the first free throw, the second free throw kicks out long, you hit a three to win the game, right? We've seen that happen. But a lot of coaches in this circumstance would not let us shoot a three. They would foul us.
Well, we'll see what the two veteran coaches, 2 very good coaches, what they come up with. And then, of course, the players on the floor have to execute what the coaches are looking for.
One of the things that makes the WIC such a great conference, Scotty, it's been a conference of great coaches for Division III basketball for a long, long time.
All right, AJ is the inbounder. A lot of times, and you have said it before, John, watch the inbounder to get the return pass. I might steal it.
We can hit this shot.
2.9, and they had the big guy, Hedinger, on AJ. So I'm just saying, in theory, if he can get the pass in, he should be able to scoot by Hedinger and maybe get the return pass to get the shot off.
We were setting a picket line, up by the basketball. And we really don't know what we were going to do off of that. I'm almost wondering if somebody was going to come back around that picket line to the far corner. Problem with that, though, Scotty, is to make that pass, you got a lot of air time, and it's got to be high.
Yep.
And that much air time, I got to believe that Platteville is able to get to that shot if you make that play. So that's the challenge, is how much air time you put on that pass, because even if you screen somebody off, to help defenders can cover that up while the ball is in the air. So
point is out of timeouts. Platteville showing one timeout remaining.
Yep.
2.9 seconds to go in the basketball game.
You know what?
Your final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing Platteville 66.63.
Give the kids credit. We keep talking about our youngsters, but they never quit, and they battled this down to a single possession. By the way, that 4-point play you talked about before,
huge now. Huh?
Yeah, we'd be up 1, but if.
All right, Moots will now be the inbounder. All right, they hand it to him. Looking, and a bad pass stolen by Hedinger. He'll throw it up in the air, and this game is over.
That is the play we tried, was to take the picket line and get what we thought is our best shooter to the back corner. But you know who was wide open, and would have been the pass was Landon Van Kelster. Would have had a really good look at that.
Never got a shot off. Your final score, Platteville 66, Stevens Point 63. Tough one here, but again, as John just said, you can't fault the effort. These guys never quit on this one, and we'll be right back here in the Quant on Wednesday night against the Stout Blue Devils. Pioneers 66, Pointers 63. We'll take a 2-minute break and return. This is UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN.
The UW